student.
Honestly.
Well, speaking of...
Those were the best times, yes,
Speaking of students getting tests for free, PCR tests are now required as schools officially jump back into in-person learning. Now, this is for public schools. Students will return to physical in-person learning in 2 different groups. This was announced yesterday by the governing board of the UAE schools. All students are required to show a negative PCR test taken within 96 hours and then required to undergo a PCR test every 2 weeks upon returning.
Now, the first group includes early childhood, elementary school, higher education, 12th grade or 13th grade students in the British education system, and students who will undergo international examinations. Now, they will need to present a green pass and can return on January 24th.
Then the second group includes the remaining education levels who are set to return to school on January 31. The remote learning option is still available for parents who want to continue education remotely while the pandemic in the country is being re-evaluated. But take note, this was obviously similar to the news that broke 2 weeks ago about schools returning. The KHDA in Dubai still allows the private schools in Dubai to make their own decisions. So there won't be PCR tests required for all students.
Okay, not all the students. That's interesting. But now it's like, I think our noses are used to it.
Kids. Think of the children.
Save the children.
But I don't think I'm used to it yet.
Okay, yeah, I take that back. I just got mine. Chai and I had ours done yesterday. And yeah, they kind of like, it hurts. It hurts the brain. You know, it tickles some nerve. And then after like 2 minutes after that, you're just like, you know, you can't feel your nerves inside.
A little bit of discomfort.
Yeah.
For the greater good.
We told the nurse, don't go too deep in. And she's like, what are they trying to hide? And she goes even deeper inside. Like, ouch.
How do you know? Have you taken an home antigen test before?
No.
I've taken a few of those. And even when I was coming back from the UK to Dubai, the test I was taking, I think, was going to be my official test. And I really tried because you know, I'm a rule follower, but I was like, I still don't know if I was going to, you know, put myself through as much pain as, you know, when I was at an airport once when I was flying somewhere and they were like, you know what I mean? So it's like you're doing it yourself, and you want to, you know, do your part, but at the same time, are you really going to inflict as much discomfort as?
So fun fact, yesterday the nurse was just like, I'm like, why? And she's like, okay, I'll tell you something. No matter whether it's outside or inside, like it doesn't really matter. If you have COVID, it's going to show even like in the front. You don't have to go all the way deep inside, but it's just protocol. So they have to follow protocols. So if you are COVID positive, it doesn't matter if they go in or out. It will just be, the COVID cells will be there in your nasal. So fun fact. Don't have to, if you do a self-test, I guess you don't have to inflict all that pain.
Fun medical story. Once when I was younger, I had to get a camera up my nasal and it went really high up and then in somewhere, I'm not sure. So is there something like oddly satisfying about like just putting it up there?
Did you put it up yourself?
No, it was a doctor.
Someone else? I'm sure, like just sticking things up someone's nose.
Actually.
Was it like a scan, like an internal scan that they had to do?
Yeah, they were checking out my adenoids because I speak quite nasally. And I was really, really, really self-conscious about it as a kid. Because people would laugh at me because everyone's like, do you have a cold? No, that's just how I speak. Because I have really large adenoids, so that's what they were checking. So, adenoids is such a nasally word too. Adenoids.
But I don't hear that. Like, I don't hear the nasal. Was it something you grew out of or?
I don't know.
But it just went by itself. Oh, you never had?
Still, sometimes, I think I'm still a little bit nasally, but maybe not as much as I was.
Oh my God. Now that you said it, like, I want to pick up.
Anyway, maybe there was talk about getting them removed or something, but we never went that far. But
oh my God.
One of those things, you just...
What all our moms had to go through with our tantrums.
Sorry. One day we should... Sorry, Mom, for everything.
Okay, moving on.